Welcome, new update, market correcting a little, everybody freaking out, while yesterday the only thing I saw on social media was the amount of money people were making and the massive alt season that we were going to get. But what are we going to get with the markets quite soon? Well, it looks like we're correcting relatively fast in the coming weeks, or at least we're approaching levels, as what I said yesterday, are not entry points at all. So if you're new to crypto, you should be waiting a little because right now you're buying into resistance. Later today, I'm going to give you a video in how I trade the markets and what I mean at some points during videos. But right now we're just going to analyze the markets based on the fact that we were not showing strength upwards and we are back at 45k. But before that, do not forget to subscribe beneath and like the YouTube update and check out the website that's in the description beneath where you can trade alongside me. I've been taking profits on my altcoins, for instance. Which altcoins am I trading? What trade IDs we are giving? What fundamental reports we are giving? All can be found in the memberships in the description beneath. So let's look at the charts in which the daily structure still shows that we are just doing fine. I mean, I've got a clean chart here in which we have got new higher highs, we've got a higher low, we've got a resistance coming up, which we are already facing. Could be a fact where everybody was expecting 36k to be happening, myself included. We were front run. Right now, I think the majority is expecting 48k to be hit before we're going to reverse. So with the 48k scenario, it's either we're going to smack through it and we're running towards 55, or we're going to not hit it and just reverse from here towards low 40s, maybe high 30s. So that is the overall question we have right now. If we're looking at a chart like this, and this is the one that didn't run up too much yet, it doesn't scream that you want to take an entry at this point with Bitcoin. When you're looking at altcoins, the same vision is here. Ethereum doesn't show like you want to take the entry point right now. Looks quite similar to the structures here. Of course, we could be having a phase where we are not retesting the levels at all anymore. But right now in this case, still, even if you see such a run as this, you're going to look at levels to look for potential entry points. And with this case, the levels that you're looking at are 2.8 and 2.6, especially given that Ethereum almost ran 2x from the lows to the highs, through which the risk of a downwards fall are significant and the losses are significant too. But we are getting to that topic in a later update today. When you look at specific altcoins, then they have been running even more. Swipe, for instance, is up 150%, very comparable to the move we had at February 2021. But you can see that also retests have been done here on crucial levels. So this crucial level got a retest. Similar blocks are given here with Swipe at this stage, which are the levels between 245 and 265 and a level around $2.10. The next obvious level for Swipe to be rejecting is the area around 380, which we are currently facing. But are we going to get that? That's depending whether Bitcoin is going to reach 48k. So let's get to Bitcoin at this stage in which we can start concluding that we've got those levels of resistance here still. But when we're looking at the lower time frames, we can conclude that we've got a bearish divergence here. Overall, in the entire run up, we see a decreasing volume of the run, showing that especially in the last part of the run, we are decreasing momentum and we are decreasing strength. Normally you would start, or you would expect that we are showing exponential moves and increasing strength, but right now we are getting exhausted or overexhausted, meaning that there might be a point of reversal coming up for Bitcoin at this stage, in which we are testing the support once again for Bitcoin. The critical resistance at 48k is still there, so that is still a breaker for me where I would love to look for shorts. And on the downside, we can see that 45k is a level that you're looking at right now, as that is the critical level to continue sustaining the momentum that we have. If that is lost, the first level that we have is a minimal one, which is around 43.5, but the second level is around 42.3, which is important to look at for the potential downfall, as I suspect that once we lose 45, we probably nosedive all the way towards 42.3. Overall, the end of a correction, if we lose 45k, I'm going to suspect that's going to happen around 40.6 and 38k. Those two levels are very important to watch, and that's where I'm looking at when we lose the level here at 45. So what do we see on the lower time frames? And I'll just get a clean chart to make a better perspective here. What we see here is that Bitcoin is back at support, right? But it's again looking at it as a breaker here, through which it seems likely that we're going to drop south. However, in this range, what we see is that we've got a slight deviation above the range high. We've got this block here, that is deviation. Drop back into the range, bounced on lower time frame support, rejects previous resistance, lower high. Right now we are making lower low, through which it seems likely that we're going to drop beneath this level, in which I'm going to look at the level at 43.7, and I'm going to look at this entire structure around 42.6 as I just concluded. In order to become bullish for Bitcoin, we first have to break this level around 45.4. That is the first level to crack through, 45.4 to 45.5. And then the second one is this recent lower high at 46.2. If we make a run like this and test support again, it seems very likely that we're going to fall through it. And then, given this big impulse wave, we're going to see a breakdown towards any of these support levels here. And such a breakdown is going to cause pain on the markets in itself, but that is not bad given the fact that we just saw a big impulse wave to the upside. In order to become bullish for Bitcoin, you want to flip this level, but more importantly, crack this zone. So if we flip this level, we might be getting a scalp long. But overall, this structure, especially given the higher time frame bearish divergence here, doesn't look like we're going to continue moving at all. So I would be cautious on the markets at this stage. If we crack any of those levels, then you could become bullish at this point. But right now, I think you should be a little bit cautious in the markets. I hope you have enjoyed this update. I'll be back later today on how to trade Bitcoin. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you again later today.